Hello everyone, Hollyberry Awakened Cookie has just dropped and she is all over the arena and absolutely essential for beating chapter 10 story mode on hard, and she is honestly just a fantastic cookie. I just want to, these costumes, honestly, I've been rocking the legendary just because I got her, but I want to get back to the Awakened. So guys, today we're going to be talking about how to build her and the best way to use a Hollyberry Cookie in the story mode and in the arena. So first things first, we're going to go into the skill. Guys, the skill is quite a bit long, so I'm going to have video chapters so you can skip along to where you want to go for the toppings and build in how to use it in the arena. But to get into the skill, guys, the Shield of Conviction, a cooldown of 13 seconds. Sound the charge. Hollyberry Cookie charges forward with her Shield of Conviction. While her Shield of Conviction is active, she'll absorb a portion of the damage allies take, excluding periodic and indirect damage. Afterwards, she will buff ally cookies, reducing incoming crit damage and making them resistant to damage debuffs. Oh wow, that's nice. There's quite a few cookies that do damage debuffs. Hollyberry Cookie will gain the Seed of Life buff depending on the amount of damage received during the Shield of Conviction. Once she gains enough Seed of Life stacks, it will bloom the Berry of Life. Steel-bound Passion will activate depending on the amount of damage received during Shield of Conviction after a certain period of time. Steel-bound Guardian will activate once Hollyberry Cookie has gained enough stacks of Steel-bound Passion or when her HP drops below a certain level. Entering the Steel-bound Guardian state will reset Hollyberry Cookie's cooldown, restore HP, and enhance Shield of Conviction. Her final hit will be buffed depending on the damage received during Shield of Conviction. The cooldown for Hollyberry Cookie's first skill activation is reduced, and while she is using her skill, she will become briefly resistant to interrupting effects. So guys, that's a lot, but really what it means is that Hollyberry can heal her allies, Hollyberry can support her allies in more ways than a typical defensive cookie. And Hollyberry can do quite a lot of work in the defensive area and offensive area. And let's see what really the specifics are. So her Hollyberry Shield single hit damage is 540. Yeah, she's a steel type, 547% of attack, deals up to 3 hits. Extra damage for targets immune to stun, 405% of steel of attack, stuns for 2 seconds. Extra damage resist bypass for targets immune to stun, 50%. And then we got final hit damage, 62.2% of max HP, ignores 40% of damage resist. So guys, as you will see, she does have quite a few things that scale with her HP, so that will play a big part in how you build her. Seed and Berry, Seed of Life, gains 1 stack for each 0.3% of Hollyberry Cookie's HP as of the start of battle lost during Shield of Conviction. Blooms the Berry of Life at 20 stacks. That is only 6%. So once she loses 6% of her HP after losing Shield of Conviction, she will get the Berry of Life. The Berry of Life gives her damage resist plus 20% for 10 seconds and restore 1.5% of max HP every second. So guys, that's 10 seconds of healing, that's 15% of her HP, and damage resist of extra 20% during that. Shield of Conviction is active for 13 seconds. It absorbs 45% of damage received by allies, and then the damage dampening is minus 35% the final amount of damage received. Critical damage is minus 35% for 13 seconds, stacks up to 1 time. Damage debuff resist is the same percentage of 35%. This is what applies to the allies. Steel-bound Passion. Steel-bound Passion gains times 1 stack every 1 second and gains 1 stack for each 5% of Hollyberry Cookie's HP as of the start of battle lost during Shield of Conviction. So guys, that's what it means, that either as she loses health below a certain percentage or just as the battle goes on. Steel-bound Guardian is activated when gaining 20 Steel-bound Passion stacks. So after a mixture of 20 seconds and her HP going down or HP dropping below 25%. So it's a mixture of 2 things with Steel-bound Guardian. You can activate it after losing what would be normally, I'd say honestly, after 10 seconds and 50% of her HP, which will be pretty easy, you'll get Steel-bound Guardian. And then when you go down to 25%, you'll get it again. So I'd say it's a pretty good guarantee, and also based off my arena battles, that you will be getting that generally twice a battle, even against the best comps. Steel-bound Guardian, invulnerability for the duration. Max HP plus 40% in cooldown reset. Shield of Conviction, damage focus and damage dampening maintained. Damage focus plus 60%, damage dampening plus 50%. Oh wow. Extra final hit damage, 155% of Hollyberry Cookie's HP lost during Shield of Conviction, capped at 40% of max HP, and then damage resist bypass of 40%, and then she gets the typical ancient cookie boost of max HP, damage resist, and passive debuff resist. So guys, as you guys could see, she scales a lot with HP. The primary thing you're going to want to look for as we go into the toppings is going to be HP. So as you can see, I've got her with peanut toppings, and it bothers me so much that the radiant toppings for her do not come with HP toppings. I wish Dev Sisters would make that, but for the time being, you're going to have to just try to get a good peanut build. So what you're going to want to look for is a mixture of damage resist, cooldown, and HP. But with the toppings, you're going to want to make sure they're all peanut to make sure HP is that main focus. So guys, as you can see, I've got HP cooldown on this topping, cooldown HP on this one, HP cooldown, HP damage resist, and damage resist and attack. So because she does so much of her skill is based off how much HP she loses, how much HP she has, you're really going to want to focus on that. So then the cooldown and damages is really the optimal way to go, because the Beascuit itself already gives you 35% HP, and the HP can give you from the substats really isn't nearly as good as the damages and cooldown it can give you, because a 6% cooldown is equal to a topping with optimal cooldown substat on it. HP at 15%, which I believe is the max, is, you know, not as good, because you can get 35% just from the Beascuit itself. All right guys, so let's go ahead and put her in a battle against a solo battle against the golden cheese, the great cheese. I like to say that. I think it's more fun. Honestly, she should wipe the floor with her on this mode, especially with these health and healing enhancements. You know, I'm gonna give her a damage boost. She does not need all that against this enemy. But this would just be a good way to see how she handles debuffs, how she handles damage. Where is the scroll? Why am I so blind? There it is. All right, guys. So to go over the PvE treasure build that you typically want to look for when it comes to Hollyberry builds, things like the Hollyberry Royal Necklace or other treasures that can help you boost up your HP. I've seen uses of the Hollyberry Royal Necklace, the Duranir Squeaky Flamingo Tube, and also just the Explorer's Monocle in general. Now, those three are really good with Hollyberry, especially the Flamingo Tube and the Necklace, because as you guys can see, this increases the max HP of the two cookies at max HP at the highest HP by 100%. It doubles Hollyberry's HP. Huge. So I've seen that used in the meta recently, which is nice to see because it's a very old treasure. So the treasures like that are really also the best way to go for PvE and PvP. So guys, let's go ahead and get into the battle itself. As you can see, she won't really be losing too much HP against these enemies, but let's go ahead and speed this up. So her damage is largely dependent on how much damage she takes as well. So as you guys can see, she did turn on the Steel Bound Guardian. That's what this state right here is, the one with the frame around it. She did that when she was at low HP. And she took out 6 million of Golden Cheese's damage. Nearly 7 million. Now, as you guys can see, honestly, for a defensive cookie, she did a great job solo. How much damage did she receive? 100% damage. 2.3 million. Oh my goodness. Let's see how much HP Hollyberry has. Definitely doesn't have 2.3 million. So guys, yeah, Hollyberry took double the HP she has. So that just kind of shows how much she can really withstand without any healing. She's able to heal herself and also just reduce damage to the point where she can take double what she can typically receive, what a normal cookie would be able to receive. So then guys, let's go into PvP. Now I'm going to be putting up another video going into more detail of the multiple PvP teams, but just to guys show you like the basic example is Hollyberry up front, Shadow Milk, you can get Eternal Sugar, Snapdragon, Pure Vanilla, and then as you guys can see here, for this one doesn't actually use any of the HP ones because it takes advantage of the attack on the team because it boosts up the capabilities of the two in the back. But another example would be something like, you know, this, where you do have the Royal Necklace. or something like this where you have it as well with that team as before. A little bit more detail about Hollyberry is her team leader ability. So unyielding steel type cookies damages bypass is 1% per 1% max HP. Another reason why it's very useful to have HP increased. And steel type cookies area damage 5% of max HP every 5 seconds. So then steel forge trigger when steel type cookies HP drops below 30%, healing for self in Hollyberry Cookie 10% of Hollyberry Cookie's max HP. So that's overall. If you put it on a steel team, it's going to be a very resilient team. But the team that is chosen, aside from occasionally bumping into elder fairies such as that who is a steel type, you will not really be seeing too many steel comps in the higher ranks of the arena. But overall, she is basically on every team. Basically on every team. I mean, like, here, let me just scroll through the beginning. Yeah, I lost to that guy, lost to that guy. Damn, it's a lot of, it's real hard up here. Real hard up here. Yeah, right there, right there. Right there, right there, right there, right there, right there. Yeah, let me refresh this for you guys. Right there, right there. Actually, not right there. This has been an interesting combo. I'm going to go over more of this stuff in the PvP video. So guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video on how to build Hollyberry Cookie and make her use her to the most of your abilities. If you guys have any issues or any questions, leave a comment below. Man, if you guys like the video, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button and make sure to tune in next time. Till then, see you next time.